How's it going, guys? So, the update video's a day late, but hey, I was waiting for some things to kind of work a little bit better. There's some issues with staging branch. So, yeah, anyways, we're here to just kind of show a couple of things. It's mainly going to be the new menu to Rust, because the other kind of stuff, I don't have information for you yet. But in a couple of days, I might have something I might be able to show you. It just depends how that goes. So we'll just see what that is. But there's this thing that everyone's been like, what is it? And it's stepping up. Has been like in some notes, and beforehand, if you had a door like this, you would have to jump through, and then sometimes you get your head stuck, and it sometimes it's awkward to make jumps, especially in a bad situation. Well, now you just walk straight up it, and you'll see this is about where you can't do it anymore, but you can see right about here you can still step up. Here you can't, here no, and there you can. So you'll see, instead of getting stuck, you can kind of now just step up over it. And the main reason this was done is a lot of rad towns kind of have little areas like that you kind of get stuck up on, and this was done to fix that. So yeah, it's just a tiny little quality of life thing, but is something that definitely needs to happen. The Rust team has also said, for some quality of life, they are readjusting the oil rigs. Their loot was never permanent. The puzzles are never finished on there. So they're going to do some rework to the loot and possibly some other changes with the oil rigs as well to make them not so OP. There's other stuff that's still in the works, like, eventually turrets having electricity and other loot tables and other things may be adjusted. Helk went ahead and talked on Twitter and said, his typical, if so-and-so sports team wins, I'll do blank. Well, this time it was the Raptors, and if they win, which one of these three things do you want me to do? One of them was continue work and get in horseback riding, or optimizations, loot tables and upkeep. Loot tables and upkeep. And so, of course, people are voting on it, and people made some negative comments. And of course, Helk said, we're obviously doing all of these things. He just wanted to see the community's opinion on priorities. So, funny thing is, last I checked, horseback riding was winning, which was interesting. But that doesn't mean they aren't going to do all of that stuff. So, guys, it looks like there's some balances and other stuff coming. We'll cover those when those come by. Let's go ahead and look at the actual menu changes. So here you will notice, check this all out. On the side here, you've now got, of course, your stream profile. Then you've got the website, their Discord, their Facebook, their Twitter, Steam, and then the language project. So you can change your language here, or you can help them translate if you don't see your language. You can go to just Rust, and it's going to actually show your actual in-game. But if we go to here and we actually disconnect from our session, there we go, and we'll go to play game. And it's still a little bit crashy sometimes, guys. It's not stable yet, so keep that in mind. But you'll see this beautiful landscape from in-game pictures of Rust, and it'll change. Sometimes the supermarket's in the background, obviously the Oxum station. It's just actually a nice little peaceful background. It's quite good, and I like the setup here. So now we've got the Play Game tab, the News tab, which will have the last update and patch notes, or you can click on Read Full Story to go to the actual blog itself, which is quite nice. Then you've got the Inventory tab down here now. This is going to be your skin inventory, and where you can also, break down things and turn them into the various different loot box things there. A new addition is the item store. It no longer just takes you to another window. You can actually come in here to buy said skins, and you can just go. Right now, there's a glitch. Everything says $5.99. To exit out, you just click anywhere other than the purchase for $5.99 button. See, $149, $5.99. It's, again, a work in progress. Once you add it there, it should show up on your cart, but it looks like not working. Okay, well, it should show up in the cart here is the idea, and then you can hit checkout, and you can go ahead and buy the skins in-game. You don't have to go separately to Steam or anything else, which is nice and convenient. The workshop has seen a little bit of a rework as well, and it now has this vertical layout. Everything else pretty much works the same as it used to. If you go to create a new item, you can see there's actually a brand new loading screen here, which I thought was quite neat. So yeah, but you can see the workshop itself seems to be pretty much what it was before. Going to options, it's now separated into better sections. You've got the main options, which is your gameplay, censorship, and physics. You've got UI, where you can toggle the various parts of the UI or mess with the scale size. You've got a separate audio section here. Then you can go ahead and edit controls. This is something people have wanted to have built into the main menu for a while. It is there finally. You've also got your voice settings in here and mouse settings as well. Graphics is going to be all your typical graphic stuff, separate into quality and mesh quality. And then you've got the image effects in their own separate thing. And experimental, this is where new features to try to optimize will sit, like the occlusion culling they added a bit ago, grass shadows and contact shadows. And you can go ahead and toggle these here and try and see if they help your performance or not while Facepunch is testing them. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it right here. There's, you know, not too much else to talk about. The excavator's being worked on. I'll hopefully be able to show some a little bit before it gets put into game itself. I'm sure it'll be merged to staging a little bit earlier. So we'll check that out once we can. But talk about how you feel about the new menu. Those were just some teasers last week. I'm glad to see it really fleshed out. I personally love the look of it already, and I think it's going into the great direction. But lastly, here's the one thing I almost forgot, but one of the most important is obviously the play game tab. You can see it's changed here. You still have official community modded friends, favorites, and history. You can toggle show full or show empty. There's a search. You can refresh the tab. And one of the things that I thought is really cool is there's a new wiped option. You can sort by wiped as well as players and ping now. And it here on this empty space right now, because obviously it's a new feature so no servers can put it in, there is going to be a wipe option. That means we get a little bit of space back in our titles for servers and a nice convenient thing that everyone has been begging for a while. I also noticed if there's a friend on a server, it will actually say, so hey, Boris, shout out to you, hanging out on that server there. And yeah, it'll actually say the name next to the servers. Apparently, I only have one friend playing Rust right now, I guess. Huh. That's a little weird. That might not be right. But you get the idea. It's some cool little features and definitely some optimizations, things that people have been asking for. That wiped one is huge. Huge, huge, huge. People begged for it for a long time. So I'm definitely happy to see these changes, guys. We'll see you next week with hopefully some more beefy information. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.